Hello grade 8s, this is Mr. Ueda. Let's start our last art project of the year. You need to find Geometer Sketchpad 5. So you can double click on Applications and you'll see Geometer Sketchpad 5 in Applications. Please open Geometer Sketchpad 5. So this is the end product. This is what we're going to try to make, and it's the 2-point perspective drawing Cityscape project. I have a template, a starting point for you that I'd like you to pick up. So if you can go to File, Open, click the down arrow and go to For Students. Double click Out. Scroll down and find my name, Ueda. And look for GSP templates, Geometer Sketchpad templates. And I need you to open this, Cityscape template. So this is what we start with. This line here is called the horizon line. This point here, you should know as the vanishing point, the left vanishing point. This point here is the right vanishing point. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to click on both of those points and I'm going to make them a little bit larger. So let's go up to Display, Point Style, and how about we try Medium. Okay. This line here and this line represent the top of the sidewalk. So if I demonstrate, that would be this line and this line. And then these two lines represent the bottom of the sidewalk. Alright, first thing, I need you to double click in this text box and I need you to replace my name and class with your first name, last name, and class. You can change the font later. You can change it now if you wish. At any time during this tutorial, you can press pause so that you can catch up or that you can explore more on your own template. Alright, once you've changed the text box, let's save it in your student number. So let's take it out of my folder and save it in your student number. So let's go to File, Save As. Alright, let's go to File, Save As. Make sure to put it in your student number. Go down and look for your student number. Make sure your student number is next to this box, the drive. And we can just call it Cityscape. You don't have to call it Cityscape template, you can just call it Cityscape. Okay, we're going to start with the first building on the corner here. It's the main building, it's the building that's closest to us in terms of perspective. And it's the only building that we get to really see both front sides of. Okay. So I want you to decide how high that first building is going to be. I don't want you to go all the way up to the top because what we want to do is we want to leave some space for the skyline and for some buildings in the distance. So let's use the line tool, the segment straight edge tool. Alright, I want you to decide how high that first building is going to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the roof line. Now, if we were facing the building, face on, and we were standing in front of it, the roof line of the building would be horizontal. But because this is a perspective drawing, everything that would normally be horizontal has to be linked to either the left or right vanishing point. So this is the left top roof line. And then we'll go from that point and we'll link it to the right vanishing point. So this is the roof and this is the roof. You notice that these two lines are nowhere near being horizontal. Okay, that's the one rule you have to remember in this project. There will be no horizontal lines. Okay, I want you to decide how thick the left side of the building is going to be. So if I show you my model, you see it only goes from here to here. Alright, so decide how wide it's going to be. Don't make it too wide because we want to draw a number of buildings down the street. And don't make it too skinny because this is the main building on the corner. We want it to have a little bit of thickness. So I'm going to go to about there. I'm going to remember my technique of holding the shift key while I draw my vertical line. And the vertical line has to go down to the top of the sidewalk. Don't stop here on the horizon line. Once you've drawn the left side of the building, let's hop over to the right side of the building. And again, the distance does not have to be exactly the same. It can be a little bit different. Just don't make it too different. So again, I'm going to pick a spot on the roof line. I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to go draw down to the sidewalk. Okay. Let's trace over the top of the roof line. So the top of the roof line of this building goes from this corner and stops here. Don't worry that this line has turned dashed. That's actually what we want it to do. And let's do the same for the right roof line. Let's go from the middle point and draw down. Okay. Let's do the same for the bottom, where the building meets the sidewalk. Trace to the middle point and trace back to the middle point. Now let's trace down the middle. Okay. Let's switch tools. Let's switch back to the pointer arrow tool and let's deselect. Okay, deselect means click on any white area. Alright, let's click on this line. We don't need this line anymore. We have the roof line. So don't click over here over the roof line. Click over here. Don't hit delete, because if you hit delete, all of that will disappear. Remember, at any time, if you make a mistake, immediately go to Edit, Undo. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to click on this line and go to Display and choose Hide Segment. Or, this is actually a pretty useful hotkey to remember, Control H, Hide Segment. And then we'll do the same on this side. Display, Hide Segment. And there we have our first building. So this horizon line is very important in terms of art and establishing our perspective. But it actually gets pretty confusing having that line in. So why don't we click on the horizon line as well and go to Display, Hide Segment. So as you're working through this tutorial and working on your diagram, on your project, every now and again, go to File, Save. Okay, so let's draw the next building over. Okay, so I want to teach you two techniques. Number one, I want to show you the technique where we draw a building higher, and then I want to show you a technique where we draw a building shorter. But maybe we'll end the first tutorial right now, and then I'll see you in tutorial 2. Bye.